Hey guys, I'm the Leviathan and welcome to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Walking Only. The original audio file of my commentary and also the game audio became corrupted during streaming, and instead of re-recording and doing all this over again on stream, I thought I would just talk over the actual game. So I'm going to actually have some music from the video game played behind my audio, so it's not dead silent, just me talking. I figured out what the issue was, but I digress. This is going out to twitch.tv, to those of you that are watching on YouTube. Yeah, so basically I did a poll on Twitter saying that I had just recently beat Code Veronica X, and I wanted to do another game walking only, and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was going to be a bit harder for me to do because I thought I was going to die really easily. But it won in the poll, so that's the one I'm going to do. So I choose to do easy mode here opposed to hard mode because it being as hard as it normally is, I just decided to do it that way. So that way, I mean, with Nemesis around, it's always hard enough as it is. So I'm just going to commentate and talk over a lot of this. I know it's weird to see my picture up there and a different voice coming out, but I'm just going to give you tidbits of audio and stuff like that. So even though it is on easy mode and I get the assault rifle, I don't use it. Also, you can take a hit from a zombie here. He ends up like not even letting me up the dumpster a bunch of times, but I do get some good dodges in. So yeah, he just keeps on pushing me off. And I'll try to grab up, does it again. But it doesn't matter how many times he bites you, you just get a free heal after you do this whole cutscene. I believe I said the same thing there anyways. So all the zombies are all coming in, hooba blue, trying to eat me. And bust down the door. And next episode there won't be any issues with this anymore, I promise. I've been having issues so much lately, and it's like every time I open up OBS, there's something I gotta work with that's causing an issue. But it's okay now. Alright, so basically Dario Rosso, whatever his name is, locks himself in here. And what's good about this being easy mode, and I know it might seem like a little bit of a cheat, is we start off with 3 first aid sprays inside first aid spray container, which I am going to need because if I'm just walking away from Nemesis, his ass is probably going to hand it to me each and every time I try to do it. So, sorry if you hear me typing in the background. I'm doing other things while I'm recording this. I just didn't want to lose the footage while I'm doing it. Now, normally on hard mode, over there where I had checked, there is some handgun ammo, but it being easy mode, it really is easy mode. I'm going to see how well I fare through it. It being easy mode. If it is too easy, I might go back through and do it hard mode. We'll just see how well it plays off. This is also being run on the Dolphin emulator, Dolphin 5.0, using a PS4 controller, 1080p settings, blah, 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 blah. All looks good. So, we end up putting away... I checked to see if I can put in 3, even though I can't because I'm a dumbass. You can see there's 3 slots. So, you open up here, and I forgot that it gives you, like... It truly is easy mode because it gives you like everything you need. I mean everything, like extra ammo, extra everything. So it is like really annoying. Well, I wouldn't say annoying. I just have to keep track of what I actually pick up in the game because I'm not going to use any of the extra stuff. I grab the handgun. I don't even grab the 250 handgun bullets. I grab the handgun, and that's it. I believe I might grab the extra first aid spray. I don't remember. I'm actually watching this on VLC player while I'm typing it, and I got on OBS. I checked all the audio. Everything should be perfect. This should be crisp, clean. Everything's good, it's really weird. Also I picked up those 2 herb A's, or handgun A, or gunpowder A's. It was weird because I had just streamed a couple days ago, and my audio was fine. I had just beat Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Audio was fine. And then I streamed today thinking I didn't touch any of my settings. Everything should be fine. They should have OBS and Twitch should have a setting where you can go, like, you can monitor and your stuff and then put it live so I can watch what everybody else is gonna see before they see it. But yeah, there was on my audio interface, I have an Avid MBox Mini 2, really old, but still works fine. There was a button in the back that got pressed somehow, and it was putting too much voltage to the microphone. So when I listened back to it after I ended my stream, it would just sounded like garbled mess. It was the sound of the game, but also me, and it sounded like it was ridiculous. But I digress. So next time it should be fine. I'm going to stream this tomorrow. Alright, so we got that warehouse key, and we can go ahead and disuse it, or discard it. And everything should be good that way. So, the main thing about Resident Evil 3 is you are more on the streets of Raccoon City than you are the police station. Resident Evil 2 is mostly about the police station. There's other areas in the game that you look at. Now, this being easy mode, the enemies are a bit easier, and they are pretty easy. I mean, I still get bit up a few times. It may seem a little easy, but everybody says that about the walking-only challenges. Code Veronica, my god, that was getting to be hard. It might just be human error, and I just kind of suck, but, yeah. This, actually did pretty well. So the zombie's going to burst out here. Goes Brad. I have to down all these zombies just because, well, they're just in my way. Can't walk around them. I managed to kill all of them without getting grabbed, I believe. I might have got grabbed once. Normally, I don't do super well with these, but, you know, it is what it is. What else? So I go down here. There's a one zombie waiting for me. I actually managed to pull off a pretty decent dodge. Because a dodge command for me is a little finicky. If you just press the aim button right as they're grabbing, you tend to dodge a lot, so it makes it a lot easier. Grab the shotgun and then grab the lighter oil before you leave. I managed to. Now this part always was crazy. Like, he got up and then he just got real hungry. He wanted me. Like, I was like, ah, fuck. So I was like, all right, well now I gotta down him. Luckily he didn't grab me. I got really lucky there. The zombies in this game, it looks like they go down about 3 or 4 shots. So, I'm well equipped in healing, and I really haven't had to really deal with anything else except for the only thing that really ever get me is Nemesis' rocket launchers, which I ended up getting hit by a couple of times, and you'll see later on in the video. And I know it's kind of off-putting to watch doing like this because it's like you want to hear the game audio. There's really not much to hear other than me shooting zombies, the sounds of the thing. I mean, at least if you got some sweet Resident Evil 3 soundtrack in the background, better than nothing. You still get to see me do it, and I'm actually trying to, you know, I'm talking. So I make it past him. I actually make it past all these zombies. It's a lot. There's pros and cons about walking. You can think a little bit faster about what you need to do as a pro for this. You know, you can think about what you're going to do for your next thing, and then, you know, but at con you move slower. I also made a little tidbit is that kendo van you see right there. If you played the Resident Evil 2 demo, right before you get to the outside Kendo shop, I believe, or the ambulances. After Kendo's shop, there's that the Kendo van is there. They replaced it with an ambulance in the actual game, but that's cool there. So I come up here to get all these herbs because I'm just trying to build up as much as I can. It might be overkill. This might prove to be actually a lot easier than I had thought. If it gets to be that way, I'll end up just finishing in easy mode and then just do another playthrough on hard. Because hard mode offers less ammo. Yeah, these guys bit me, but it's cool. I pushed them both down. hard mode offers less ammo, less healing, harder enemies, I guess less item drops, I suppose. And that's really it. But I've never played on easy mode, but this is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm just testing it out. So when you're watching me play this, I'm not doing any testing on how to do it. The only thing I ever test is when I set up the emulator, which I really don't have to change much with the emulators. It runs pretty well. You don't have to really change. There are specific games that have like specific settings that need to change. If you go to Dolphin, if you know anything about Dolphin, and you open up the ISOs, you can look at, like, you take you right to the wiki for the game, and it'll tell you certain settings. Luckily for this game runs flawlessly, and I've got a pretty beefy custom PC that runs this. I could run this at 4K, I can run this at 5K without any slowdown. I'm running at 1080p because I really don't need to, I mean, it's a 20-year-old game, I don't need to run it that great. Alright, so you saw Brad run into there. He goes to kill the zombie. Also, I'm collecting all the files in this game too. I had mentioned, might as well just do it while I can. I'm, taking the scenic route and walking and enjoying the scenery, so I might as well do it. So there is some handgun ammo behind the counter there. Brad talks about there's no escape and all that noise, so you want to go over here and you want to grab the lighter. And we need the lighter to go forward in the game. So, instead of going back out that door, because you can go back out that door and that'll lead you right back out to where those zombies were. But there's no point in doing that. Where we need to go is back here. I think in hard mode, if you go back here, there's zombies replaced, but they disappear. Which because I rarely play on easy mode, so things that I'm used to dealing with as far as challenges go are going to probably surprise me, because I've always played this on hard mode, because, I don't know, I like hard mode. I wish, because like, Resident Evil 2 doesn't give you hard mode. I think it does, unless you, I think you do if you unlock, maybe it's in the Japanese version, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. So you backtrack this way, and you have to go through this corridor, and this is where normally there's zombies, but there weren't this time, and I was confused, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. Yeah. So our next point of interest is through this door. There is a barricade with a bunch of zombies behind it, which the barricade falls down, and what's good about this game is there's explosive barrels, explosive things that you can aim at. Now, if you're using a PS4 controller like I am, or a PlayStation controller, if you press L1 instead of R1, it aims at that. Now, here's the part, I got lucky doing this. I was sitting here and I was waiting until all the zombies were mostly right there, and then I shot, and it didn't shoot it, and I was like, oh, fuck. So I manually aimed the gun and managed to shoot between them and managed to get them all down. I got really lucky that way. I would have been bum rushed by them, and those things can actually hurt you. So make sure if you're gonna shoot off one of those barrels that you do it when you're not so close to it. Same thing, you'll see explosive pack things on the wall. They're good at killing hard enemies. I know there's a couple areas that have hunters that you just really got to worry about. Just yeah, all that noise. So I grabbed the 2 red herbs here because why not? I'm a glutton for health. And then grab photo A, because that'll add to our inventory. I accidentally forgot to read the playing manual A and B, because that goes into my files. I end up reading them later. So use the lighter. The main point of the lighter is to take the kerosene-soaked rope and burn it, and then you go through the door. Now, I'm actually pretty proud of myself in this next bit, because the dogs, pretty good bit of dodging, and they're actually pretty easy to kill in this game. They're getting up a cycle. You can just keep on. See, like I got hit there once, but I ended up dodging. Whoosh, that. You just can keep shooting the dogs while they're getting up. They're getting up cycle. You can just keep on breaking and breaking and breaking it. So it's good to just keep walking and spam, and then they die. Dogs in RE2 I think are the same way, but I don't think they're as good. Okay, so second save room area of the game, we grab the gunpowder. We actually do a little bit of item management over here. Put away the lighter because we don't need it right now. We put away all these herbs. I put it all away because I've got 3 first aid sprays. And I think that's everything I needed right now. And then I grabbed the B. I ended up making C and making grenade rounds. I had mentioned that I should probably look more into what I should mix and make better things, but I didn't. I just did my own thing. Cause I've never done that playing the game unless I was really like, oh, let's see, you know, because I know like freeze rounds were the best thing, one of the best things. Yeah, one of the best things for ammo. But looking here, it's funny because it's easy mode, and I'm sitting here not taking the easy route. So it's kind of like easy mode in the sense that it gives you a bunch of shit, but I'm still grabbing just the random, you know, the stock shit that it came with. So I made some grenade launcher rounds. I decided to do that. I grabbed one green herb just for, you know, just because. So now that we are done with that, this is a part where I got a bit nervous because we're going to be facing our first Nemesis encounter. And I thought I had to fight him like in that outdoor area, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't need to fight him at all, because essentially what you need is, if you don't know it, you have to grab either Brad's key card off or ID off of him, or go into the one of the back offices and get it from get Jill's. But then you have to go all the way back out to the main thing, and basically what you need is you need a 4-digit code in the evidence room to get the STARS key to go to the STARS office to get the lockpick. But luckily for me, with a bit of internet ingenuity, I was able to just look it up and all that noise. So Brad comes stumbling in, he gets a tentacle to the face, and this is where I make the realization that, hey, I don't need to fight him. So I just enter the police station. So, I mean, it's suicide. If I was able to run, I'd just dodge a lot and, you know, take him out. I'm sure he's a lot easier being hard or easy mode. I'm not going to fight him until I have to do the scripted fights, which the scripted fights with him are in the clock tower courtyard and in the dead factory, and then the last time you have to face him at the very end of the game. So I'm not going to face him unless I have to, unless I happen to accumulate so much ammo that I'm feeling ballsy, and then I decide, hey, you know, it's okay to go for it. But I believe he doesn't drop anything in easy mode, because I mean your item box is already filled to the brim with stuff to make the game so much easier. But I mean, what are you going to do? And then also what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do 0 next, because Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 0 they actually tied, but I've been wanting to do 3, do it this way. So I did. This room has a bunch of zombies in it. For some reason I thought there was ammo in there. There's ammo in there too. Just make sure they're all on one side, and then just walk around. This whole next area is completely optional. There's a file there. It's got Marvin's report, and there's also some shotgun shells. I grabbed them because since I'm not using any of the items that are in the item box, I'm just taking what I can get. I'm pretending like they're not even there. But yeah, I'm going to be doing 0. I already did a little bit of play testing just to see how it is. You actually, I'm using the HD remaster of the game for the PC. Now you can, what's good about that is I can actually change the controls to alternate control, or to the original controls, because on the modern day controls, there is no run button. You just, however heavy you tilt the joystick is how fast you move. In the original, you actually have to press a run button to do that. So I'm going to make it like how it used to be and run it that way. So that'll be fun. I was playing a bit of Ninja Gaiden. Not Ninja Gaiden, Resident Evil Gaiden, whatever, however you pronounce it. And I just, it'd have to be something I play on my off time. It was a little confused. It wasn't like super confusing, but it was like, they started me with like no health, not a lot of ammo, and like, I don't know, it just wasn't my fancy. I'll just stick to the games I know for now. I mean, I'm sure I'll play other games, but see, this is where I didn't know it. So I pulled off in another screen, looked up Resident Evil 3 puzzles. For some reason, the first one I went to wasn't loading. So I'm like, well, okay, whatever. So I'll go to another one. So I found the puzzles. And luckily for me, on my second try, I had gotten it right. So I try 0, 1, 3, 1, I believe. Yeah, and then the next one was the right one. It's completely random what it is. if you don't actually want to look it up for speedrunners, I know there's a certain percentage that it's going to be a certain one of the four. There's 4 different combinations, I believe, and one of them has a certain percentage higher of getting it. You just have to, you know, speed through and do it right. So we get the emblem key, which is the STARS key to the STARS office, which without that, Leon and Claire wouldn't have been able to get in there. So, I mean, unless they came here first. But it's weird that this door is open now, but then it's locked in too. I don't know. There's so many, like, what ifs, and, yeah, he got super hungry, of course. So many, like, what ifs and all that jazz about what's going on between 2 and 3. I know parts of 2 happen, like, before, like, during this, and then parts happen while Jill is in a coma from the, getting infected with the G virus. These guys just keep getting up, but that's completely okay. I was pretty bummed that the audio got messed up, and I wasn't gonna let it get me down. I was like, you want to know what? I'll just do it again with my commentary. It's not gonna make that big a deal. You guys are watching, you're seeing it. It's fine. All right. So in the save room, there's really nothing honestly to grab here. I just came here to grab David's memo, just because that's where because I'm trying to collect all the files to get Jill's diary. I drop off the blue gem because I don't need it right this moment, and I don't believe I pick up anything else. I think what I have right now is pretty optimal, considering I'm not trying to fight anything. Okay, so I'll go ahead and leave. Okay, so now that I leave, now we have to go up the stairs. And we're pretty much, or you know what, I come in here and I think to myself, I have to go through here and get the key card, because there's dogs and stuff in here. And then I think to myself, no idiot, you use the key card in the main office, or the main, I guess the whole main hall, to get the key code to the STARS office to get the lockpick, and I had forgotten. But now you can't go back there because there are dogs, but there are also, I believe, 2 red herbs on the very opposite side. So if you really need health or anything like that, it's a good place to go. There's a ton of Zambos up here. I just killed them all on the stairs. They tried puking on me, but I think I managed to get them all without getting hit. Yeah, he was about to do his throw up cycle, but it didn't work. Him too. They're all trying to do it. It's weird how they throw up on the stairs. Like, you think a zombie would grab you on the stairs, but no, he just wants to be like a sorority girl and just puke all over you when it's least convenient. Now there's a big heavyset zombie. Luckily for me, he was like right there. He's pretty slow, bumbling, and I managed to shove him down. He gurgles to death, and then he's dead. So it's weird that the 2 statues are missing, and so is the gem. I never understood any of that. I never will. Hopefully, there's going to be an announcement soon of Resident Evil 2 remake. Hopefully. I know there's been some teasers lately, so, you know, this will be the 20th anniversary of it coming, which makes me feel old as hell, because I remember being a kid playing this when it first came out, and I wouldn't ever play Resident Evil 2 alone. Okay, so we're now in the STARS office, so we got a couple things to grab. We pretty much came here for our lockpick, which I made a joke to say that it's a friggin' paperclip, and like, it's like a paperclip and a bobby pin. Well, not a bobby pin, like a safety pin. I grabbed another first aid spray, because why not? And then I also made a little quip here. If you see the bulletin board and you see that picture on there, it's actually a picture from Back to the Future. I think it's the one with the Western, where they go back into the Western time. But yeah, it's a tidbit. And I'm going to be giving you guys little trivias if I remember them as I go along. So there's another fax over there. I think it's from Robert Kendo, or the United States. Oh yeah, it's from Robert Kendo. So there's another not first aid spray, there's another handgun ammo here. So grab that. I thought there's one behind here, but that's only in 2, I believe. And you also can't check Wesker's desk. So there's also that. And then Carlos tells you, oh, talk to me. If anybody comes in, we're going to be stationed here, blah, 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 blah. So, now we have come here to grab everything that we need. And everything is going kosher for now. I didn't really have too many hang-ups in this, yeah, too many hang-ups in this, video. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but it being easy mode, I expected it, you know, it to be a bit easier. I do take 2 rockets to the back from the Nemesis. So, you know, there's all that noise. But, you know, it is what it is. So he burst out, and I'm sure I don't know if there's a way to dodge the rocket. I really don't know. I think there is if you're facing it. I wasn't, so I just decided, I probably, what I should have did is I probably should have turned around, and then I probably should have just did a whole Neo from the Matrix and dodged it, move, and then that would have been that. Now, luckily for me, he doesn't come into this room, but he does come in the next room. And I make the smart point to heal because I don't know if another rocket would have killed me. I really don't know. I do get hit one more time. But luckily, on the way into the police station, there are 3 green herbs. So I was seeing what side the zombies were on. And luckily for me, all the zombies were over there, so I didn't have to worry about them being in my way. Now he does come in, got his rocket, kaboom, right in my head. I take another rocket, but luckily for me, that rocket didn't put me on danger. Actually didn't even put me on any status change. If anything, it probably put me to like 1 more hit. I'm on caution. But other than that, I think that everything was working out pretty well in that sense. So we are now done with the police station. We don't come back here at all for the rest of the game, which is weird because Resident Evil 2 is basically this whole thing. That'd be cool if they combine it where you could do 2 and 3 and it was all like some, you know, you could go to, you know, the whole thing, but it is. So grab all these herbs because we're not going to come back here. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could leave these here. And when you're making your way, because you do come back in this area later, I guess if you really needed ammo, or not ammo, if you really needed healing items, you could come through here and get it. And then I made a little clip about like, where's Brad's body, and then it got really dark, and then where did he disappear to? And then I said this has got to be at before 2 because in 2, little Easter egg. I guess it's not a little. If you've played the game, you know. If you get to the police station without collecting any items, you go under the stairs. He's there, and then he's got a special key, and you can get a new outfit, and gun, and such. And then I stopped here, and I was like, "Wow, police station looks pretty neato." If you read the books, the police station used to be an old museum. That's why there's art and such, and it looks more like a museum and less like a police station. So, yeah, I suggest you read the books because they're actually pretty in detail and pretty aligned with the game, believe it or not. S.D. Perry is the author. She has done one for every single game, and it's very well worth the read. If you've ever played the games and you're reading it, you can visualize exactly what you're reading in the game, what area of the game you're in. It's crazy. And they're not too long, 300-400 pages maybe. First little drain demo comes out of there. It's either drain demo or brain sucker. I had made that point in the video as well. I forgot which one's which. I know one of them poisons you, and one of them, you know, sucks out your brain, I guess. And then I was like, oh no, I forgot to read these 2. Oh darn, I'll have to do it when I get back. Luckily, he's got stuff. Alright. So, these 4 herbs here, are there 4 or 5? There's a lot. Yeah, these 5 herbs here, don't even worry about those right now because we will be coming back this way later. And if I happen to get hurt or, you know, for God forbid, use all of my first aid sprays, they're there for your disposal. There were 3 dogs here. Just do what you do. Damn, those dodging skills. I was actually pretty proud of myself because, like, I'm usually not, like, super great with it. But I guess if you're just, like, I guess if you're just going to aim right when they go to do it, it just does it well. And I just fucked them up. I probably should have gotten closer and just spammed them, but I wasn't sure where the other dog was, and I didn't want to get caught in the corner. Now, normally I would just run through. You ain't got to worry about these dogs. I keep checking the damn handgun instead of actually combining it. Okay, so what I have to do now, I ended up using one of the herbs because I needed an item spot, because the mercenary that this dog's chomping on has some yellow powder for ammo powder. Or gunpowder, I guess, if you want to call it. I like how I just take a shot, keep walking. But yeah, I was probably going to be on caution soon, so I could handle using just one of the herbs. Yep, so gunpowder B. And that's that. We're actually pretty close. Yeah, we're getting close to the very end of the video, so I'm glad that you guys have stuck through. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So there's more dogs in here. Same tactic, just pot shot, walk a little further, pot shot. There's 2 of them. You can. It's pretty, when they're in a line like that and they kind of just beeline for you, just do that, and also keep track of how many bullets you've shot. Like I counted exactly how many I had shot, and I knew that I had shot 15. So just make sure, because getting caught in a reloading animation can make or break a lot of situations. So it's just good to make sure you do that. Yep, and there was only 2. There's another third one. Now there's cables over there. Don't worry about those until the way back. Those will be for another part of the game where we have to collect a bunch of items. And I also made a point that my inventory looked a lot bigger than it normally did on easy mode, so I don't know if it, like, I start with the side pack so I can carry more shit, but I don't know. I had made that point. We'll see later on when I actually get on the train where you're supposed to get it at, and Carlos gives it to you. So, yeah. That is pretty much the end of this. And then I also made a point that the only, like, I guess, item I'm going to be used that's going to be not that from an easy mode is the ink ribbons, which it being, I would have found ink ribbons anyways, so I wasn't too fussed about it. I'm not going to save infinity times, so it really doesn't matter to me. Oh yeah, I ended up reading these really quick, just because I wanted just to get them out of my inventory. So, okay. So I read that one, and then I read the other one, which I probably should have read the one about how to make bullets, but it is what it is. Okay, so I put that away, grab the ink ribbons for now. Oh, I put away the Magnum because I'll save that for later when I actually really need it for something. Alrighty guys, well that has been session number 1 of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis walking only, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. It's going to be a great adventure, and I hope you guys can stick through it. So in the next episode we're going to continue on, and if you want to watch me do this live, make sure to subscribe to my Twitch. It'll be down in the description below, and also subscribe to my Twitter because I'm trying to get to 300 followers and I'm pretty close. So just, you know, if you've got those things and you like what I do, just make sure to follow all the things. But yeah, in the next episode we're going to go and do that. But I've been the Leviathan, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys.